Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ares.Reigns here, back again with another video, and today we have the venerable CBR650R, the ever avoidable CBR650R. These bikes are kind of hard to come by. They started coming out in 2019. They used to be called the CBR650F, which was more of a long distance kind of bike, more like a sports touring bike with the handlebars slightly higher with higher clip-ons. The pegs were a little bit lower to the front, and I've done a few modifications already on it, but simple ones. The bike simply came with these. I gotta change these out. These are atrocious right now. They're freaking hideous. It came in with this thing. I ordered a back seat because sometimes I like to carry stuff, although most of the time I'll be riding with that thing. Personally, I'm okay with the exhaust because that means a tune will be easy. I installed these British Superbike covers, which I don't understand. They're kind of flimsy looking, but they at least protect the bike, so I'm not going to complain. This is aftermarket. This is not supposed to be here at all. And I installed the cotton rails, aka the spools, swing arm spools, so that way I can actually use the fork stand instead. Install the regular mirrors, new windscreen on the way. This is not that bad, the double bubble. It's pretty good, but it's a shame though because I can't find one for like Puge or Power Bronze. I can't find that brand like this, so I got a different type. These mirrors, I don't know what people say. They say that they're crappy. I find them to be better than the little Rizoma wannabe mirrors, so I got those instead. The engine protector right here for this side. Thinking about putting a quick shifter on this. I found one on eBay for $200. It's actually the real deal, so probably thinking about that. I don't know. I'm going to keep it upshift because Hondas are just complicated bikes, man. Everything about them is complicated. To get to the battery, complicated. Well, not really. You just got to take out 2 bolts. To put this engine cover, complicated. I have to remove all this. Unlike my Ninja, plug and play. At least this is easier to get to than my Ninja. But another thing the guy previously before me installed, a battery tender, aka as well as heated to connect heated seats, not heated seats, heated clothing pretty much to put on there. And also you can charge your phone there. I found one. All right, let's swing a leg over, get this started. I am flat footing this bike. Unlike my Ninja, I'm sitting tippy-toe on one leg. This one, both feet flat foot. No complaints there. This thing is a gas eater. It's a 4-cylinder 649cc engine. So this belongs in the 650 class, but it's powerful in the 650 class. Most 650s, like the Ninja 650, tops off around 125, 130, which is kind of pathetic. It's just a freaking overgrown Ninja 400, just with maybe 2 miles per hour more. This has a 4-cylinder, so it doesn't top off like the Yamaha at 130. This tops off at 145, close to 150, which is pretty good, close to a super sport level. And I heard if you do a tune on this thing, you're pretty much there with super sports. This thing, it takes a lot of getting used to for me because my Ninja is like 0 to 60 around 4 seconds. This is 3 seconds. This is a night and day difference. The clip-ons are lower. This is more sporty for me, but nevertheless, let's get this thing started. Oh yeah, I forgot. He also installed these as well. Let's hear that engine. All right, let's get her going. We're gonna see how it handles around the city, as well as some of the twists and turns. Beauty about this bike, it's not like it's overpowering on first gear. Like it doesn't demand me to shift it right away because it redlines at like 12,000 RPM. Unlike my Ninja, it redlines around 8 or 9. Not the best. I'm not gonna lie, one of the things I had to get used to was this turn signal. My turn signal, my Ninja's up here, this is down here. So yeah, some getting used to on this bike. I'm still getting used to this thing. It's heavy. As where my Ninja used to weigh 100, no, exaggerating. It used to weigh like 364 pounds, wet and ready to go. This bike is close to 450 something pounds, which is close enough to the leader bikes. That's pretty shameful on Honda. Honda likes to make some porkers of bikes, to be honest with you. Let's save that for the highway. Is I cannot feel it that it's going that fast, even though it is. Most of the time I cruise around with one hand here on my hip, standard sport bike stance, and cruise around 60, 65, 70. I have yet to do twisties on this bike yet, so I don't know how it's gonna handle. All I know is that she is a porker. Solid machine. You can tell the build quality on this thing is way better than a Kawasaki. There's a reason why Hondas are so expensive, and that's probably one of the reasons why. Build quality. See, this bike came out in 2019. I don't understand why they're really hard to find. Do you know how hard it was to find this bargain of a bike? If you buy one of these brand new off the showroom floor 2022 version of this, it'll come out to approximately $14,000 after taxes, which is a lot for a wannabe super sport. Yes, I'm gonna call it a wannabe super sport because it is not a 600. It is not a 636. This is a 649. A comfortable super sport, wannabe super sport. But I got this for a steal. So I was looking, the story behind it, I was looking for a Gixxer. I went through a website, I found a Gixxer for around $8,000. I was like, I'm sold. For a 2008 with low miles, that is pretty nice. I will gladly take it. But then the guy told me that, nope, we're all sold out. The website wasn't updated. So there goes my happiness. And then I stumbled upon a website, or Cycle Trader, which I never really used Cycle Trader. So I decided to do it for once, and I picked all my nearest dealerships. Ended up with one call. This is a shout out to Right Now SoCal, which is up in Vista. 46-mile drive from my home. So I drove all the way over there to look at this bike. They had a bunch of other options too. They had, I was looking at the Street Triple RS. I was looking at a Gixxer, and I was looking at an MB Agusta as well, but that MB Agusta was just totally trash, man. And maintenance on a 2012 MB, not very trustworthy, let's put it that way. You have to do a lot of maintenance, a lot of valve maintenance, so that is a no-fly zone for me. So I went with what I know best, and I found that this deal, this bike, a used bike with only 2,000 miles on it, $8,000. I was like, what the heck? Fine, I'll go with it. I don't care if it's brand new. I wasn't looking for a new bike, but I'm like, this is too good of a deal to pass up. I'm taking it. And right now we're about to head to the highway test. And that pretty much closes everything up on this bike. Like, I ended up buying it. It was a good deal. With taxes, after taxes and everything, it came out to roughly around close to 10,500 for those that don't know. Literally, I know Chase on Two Wheels always says that's the Mexican border. Literally, the Mexican border is down that way, so we're going to Mexico. Back down to cruising speed. Yes, if you pin the throttle all the way down, this bike will eat your gas. easily. And she is really heavy, so steering is not as easy as they come. Let's try it out. I have to do some pushing and maneuverability and get used to the weight on the bike. Nevertheless, I mean, it's all about getting used to it, right? So it's not like I'm going out to win MotoGP races and I have to switch companies. I just got this bike because it was the best deal. They complain about the visibility on these mirrors. I don't have a problem with them. I can see clearly next to me, on the sides, far away. I ended up getting these, changing them out because the Rizoma mirrors were just trash, man. I hated them. I'm not a fan of them. They look nice, but they are not my style. Oh yeah. Apparently these tires also get consumed real fast too. So this bike, yeah, I stepped it up a little bit with a 600, 650 class. I'm fine with it, I'm not gonna lie. The forks are not adjustable. As you can tell, there is no screw holes for these forks. I did find an aftermarket company, YSS, based out of Thailand, where they make these forks and they'll deliver it to you. They make them specifically for this bike, believe it or not. So if you're looking for adjustability, you got them. You just got to go through that company, YSS Suspension, and they got your back. I've been doing some research. If I ever so choose to turn this into a track bike, you never know. Just a little window shopping. The regular old day off cruising, Memorial Day cruising, matter of fact. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so used to GP shift that I almost mess it up all the time. I have to stop and think 1 down 5 up every time instead of 1 up 5 down. And I got really used to GP shift. Is so easy to get used to. Darn it, man. Third gear, I'm still going and still going and still going. It's insane. Oh, Jesus. They say this is not a super sport, but the way it revs, I don't know what to tell you. This bike has me very perplexed. I find it hard to get used to this bike in the sense that it's just not your typical bike. It's not a cruising bike, it's not a touring bike, it's not a super sport. What the hell is this? And if you say it's in a category or a class of its own, I mean, I guess you could say that. If anything, this is getting me ready to try out a leader bike. I won't do that first without trying this out on the track and seeing how well I do. If I do as good as I did with the Ninja, then later on I can move up, or I can just stay in the same class. I don't mind. I honestly do not mind staying in the 700, 800 range. You really don't need a leader bike to have all the fun in the world. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this bike is complicated. Like, it's like, how can I explain this to you? It's like this, it's like having a female. The sex is good, but you know she comes with a bunch of other issues. Is it worth the fight? Is it worth to keep her? I don't want it to come off as sexist, but I mean, it might have come out that way, but that's just how I feel about this bike. It's like that girl that the sex is amazing, but my God, girl, you're full of problems. Like, I don't know if I should break up with you or stay with you. And that's what this bike feels like to me. The reason why I say all that is because to do certain things to the bike, you have to jump through hoops, man. To put engine protectors on this thing, my God, you gotta do a lot of other things just to make her cooperate with you. You gotta remove panels just to get to the engine casing. If you want to do GP shift, you gotta change out the rear sets. You can't just flip the notch and call it a day. That's not the way this bike works. It's, my God, dude, you have to spend money on top of money just to get shit done to this bike. That's why I don't know how I feel about doing stuff to her. I don't think I should. I think I should just keep her as is. She's fine the way she is. All right, this is the part of the video where I actually step off the bike, admire the beauty of it. There she is. She's mine. She is mine. One thing I'm gonna tell you right now that I have enjoyed. So when I changed out the video, if you saw the last video, this doesn't have any spools. Unlike all the other bikes I've had, you have to mount the pad right here. I hate that because it makes me feel like the bike's gonna tip over, and I don't like that. I feel very unsure of myself. So changing out the cotton heels and taking out the regular one and putting these on, cake. So much cake. I didn't realize how easy it would be. So like I said, to take this thing off, to put it, you can't just flip it over. It doesn't work that way. It's so stupid. You have to change out the whole thing and then finally put a new set on it that does the GP shift. And God help you if you want to do the quick shifter in GP shift. That's an extra $200 on top of that. You're spending $700 on this. Honda, why do you have to do this, man? Why do you got to be different than all the other Japanese companies? So with that being said, let's see the maneuverability on this thing on a slow turn. Let's see how it handles the slow turns. What was that about? She kind of struggled there for a little bit. She feels really heavy and clunky, I'll tell you that much. But you know what? When you turn her over, she doesn't feel that bad. And playing around with the throttle, you gotta know exactly how much throttle to give her. Let's see. Yeah, she feels really clunky, like real heavy. She is a heavy girl. I'd like to shave some pounds off of her. If you give me the test right now for the California safety test, I'm more than likely probably gonna fail around the cones. I'm probably gonna eat a few cones because right now I would fail. I have to get used to the bike. Because the throttle's completely different than my Ninja. Whoa, see? She gets a little heavy right there. Already put a foot down. I'm doing a white belt drill. go the other way now. Easy on the clutch, easy on the clutch, easy on the clutch. Yep. Not bad. It's just a matter of getting used to the weight. I really feel like it's all about that. Once I play around with the weight, I've thought about some weight savings. There's a website that sells a lot of carbon fiber parts on these bikes, and you should see the weight savings on this bike. But I did say I did not want to buy anything for this thing because bikes get stolen all the time, man. Let's see how the brakes handle. And there's the ABS that kicked in. Let's try it again. There it is. Damn, the brakes are good. Yep, they have a lot of bite. These Nissan calipers are pretty freaking good. Allow the silence. I don't know if there's gonna be cops around, even though a cop wouldn't ride a Prius, but yeah, there's a lot of bumps in this road. But it's a nice little road to test out the agility of the bike. And then I gotta do the U-turn here on a tight space, so that's gonna be fun. Mind you, I have not tried doing U-turns on this thing just yet. So we're about to try it out right now, see how she handles a U-turn. I think I've only done one U-turn on this thing. And no car behind me. Oh boy. We'll go gently around these corners and head back. I do realize though, when I do take these corners, I have to apply a little bit of trail braking. And as you can see, we got a little bit of a zigzag going on here. not bad. She lets herself get steered, which is a good thing. Out of all the clutches I have held, I have to say the R6 clutch has been the heaviest one, with the lightest one being my Ninja. This comes in second. Of all the bikes I tried out, the R3, what clutch? You don't even feel the heaviness on that thing. That thing is so lightweight. Yeah, but all in all, I'm impressed. I'm sold on her. I've heard complaints about the shifter. Trying to find neutral is kind of hard. I don't know what they're talking about. I have pretty easy time finding neutral. So, operator error perhaps? The R6 was kind of hard to find neutral. The R3 was pretty easy. This is weird because Yamahas are pretty easy to find neutral. I don't understand. The same thing goes with the R7. Finding neutral was pretty easy as well. Oh yeah, the clutch on the R7, I forgot to mention that one too. That one was pretty heavy. So the R6 and the R7 have been the heaviest clutches I've had by far. You can't get this in a car ever, man. So who do you think this bike is meant for? I feel like this bike is meant for someone who wants to do some touring, because you can put some side bags on this thing and it'll get the job done. I've seen videos of it. And at the same time, kill some canyon twisties, the occasional track day, commuter to work. I'm gonna say this thing is the perfect all-rounder, to be honest with you. A very utilitarian, all-rounder bike, all-in-one, jack of all trades. Master of one, and the one that it's master of would be a commuting. I think it's a perfect commuting bike. Not a great track weapon, but it's a great commuter. You could do track days on this thing. I'm gonna try it out. I want to go on a track day badly. How she feels. Right. Well, guys, that concludes the video on the CBR650R. I don't know what to think of it. It's a great bike. It's comfortable. Track bike is not. Can you turn it into a track bike? I don't see why not. Like that website that I told you. Change out the forks. Change out the rear fork as well. Or you can keep it, whatever you decide. Tune it, change out some of the carbon fiber panels. Some of the carbon fiber panels I found were this right here. All that is carbon fiber. This is faux fiber. It's not the real thing. This is carbon fiber as well. They sell this as carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber. This is carbon fiber. This will stay the same. This is carbon fiber. You can make this very, very lightweight bike, or at least close to the 400 range. Change out the rims if you want, put some carbon fiber rims on it. That's a little bit overkill. Or make it some aluminum wheels, something very light. Yeah, I just don't like the fact that you gotta change up a bunch of things on this thing just to turn this into a quick shifter. Not a quick shifter, but reverse shift, GP shift. You gotta change out the rear sets completely. It's so stupid. And I was reading on it, I was thinking that you couldn't. Unfortunately, there's no way, because look at this. This thing is pinned on there, riveted on there. Why? Who does that? It's like a no-win situation here. Regardless, it is what it is. I'm content with the bike. I like it. I have no plans for it. I really don't have any plans for this bike. I'm just gonna enjoy it, commute in it, go canyon riding, occasional track day, throw it in there. I'm still gonna try and do my quarterly track days, to be honest with you, because it's a way to express myself and get my emotions out. It feels nice anyways. Probably not going to Vegas for a long time, because Vegas, nothing against Vegas, it's just that was a long drive and I don't want to put myself through that again. The track was fun. I just don't want to do it. I think I'll just stick to California for a little bit. Probably try this year Buttonwillow. I want to try Buttonwillow and go on some more Chuck Walla track days for the 2023 season. All right, guys. I am Ares.Reigns. Once again, this was first ride on the Honda CBR650R. Till next time, peace out.